Hey, welcome all to the Mind of Ivry podcast. And on today's show, I want to talk about the influence of parents. It's something that's been on my mind for a while now, and I feel that it's definitely needed because with everything that's going on, parents really make a difference in our lives. From when we're at an early age, trying to understand the world, trying to make sense of what to us really doesn't make sense. We have parents or we have guardians that create a very influential impact in our life, whether it be good or bad. And so I wanted to start the show off talking about the influence at a young age. When you're growing up, you have so many influence started with other kids you come in contact with, other family members, and just other people in general. You may see, from just day to day, from going places with your parents or, just being at school from your teachers and stuff like that. And for me, what I realized is when you have parents that love you unconditionally and they're going to be there for you, they're going to make sure they reprimand you when you're not doing the right things, whether it's talking to you or disciplining you, however they feel, it's right to discipline you. But, also making sure that they're not going to let anybody else, try to detract you from your purpose and living your life to the best of your ability. And that's what we need now more than ever because we have a lot of infighting going on. We have a lot of things that really tear us away from who we are. And reality is something that a lot of people are, no, we just get stressed out about because it seems like every day is something new going on that we just can't change. And we want to see something better happen. And so with that, parents, they also are learning along the way as they're, bringing their child up or their children up because it's not easy for them as well. Because the parents they may have had may not have shown them what they're going to show you. And so a lot of times we put so much into our parents because we feel like, okay, we see you as sometimes our superhero. We see you as the ones that should know everything, but we don't know everything. Parents don't know everything. And so they try to do the best they can from other family members that have already had kids, or just from seeing things on TV that might give them some examples of how to maybe handle their children. Or for those that are more in the spiritual realm, they read the Bible because the Bible teaches you how to train up a child. And for myself, I have two really great parents that mean the world to me, that have been there for me, and also took the time to sit down and just talk to me. Because we have, parents who they just yell at their children no matter what. And everybody doesn't get the message the same way. We receive it in different ways. So when we're discussing certain things and you're coming at a person a certain type of way, they're going to tune you out because everything that they're hearing from you, it just sounds like they can't do nothing right. And when they feel like that, they will rather go talk to somebody else to express themselves because when they talk to you, you're just going to bring them down, and we need a lot of positivity, to fight all the negative we have in this world. And I know sometimes when you show too much positivity, people think you're arrogant. But if they know your testimony or they know your backstory, they will understand why you feel the way you do. Because living this life is not easy for a parent, for a child, for just people in general. It's not easy trying to live this life by yourself. That's why when we have other people to gather together, we're able to see that, life can really be as great as we want it to be because we strengthen each other. And that's what it's about. It's not about, well, I have more than you, so that means I'm better than you and I can't really associate myself with you. Because we're all one decision away from being that person that we see on the side of the street that we feel like we're better than. And so when you feel that way, you're not going to want to talk to certain people because you feel like you're better than. And when you teach a child those same tactics, now when they get into the real world and they're not just at home, they're seeing that, okay, well, my parents showed me this, so I'm supposed to do the same thing. And it's not that way because everybody plays an intricate part, in life, from either being a custodian, from being a CEO, from whatever the job titles are, we all play an intricate role in society. And so one job just doesn't mean it's entirely better than the other. It may have more attention to detail. It could be a lot of other different parameters around that makes that job maybe more enticing. But at the end of the day, we all need each other in different type of ways. And it's not going to happen that way because everybody didn't grow up the same. And some of us have values that others just throw away because they rather let their pride drop to get wherever they want to be at. And for myself, having parents that understood that having respect, loyalty, and being able to trust a person is very important. Because when you don't instill that in your children, they feel like they can go out and do any type of felonious actions, and it doesn't matter because they're just trying to make it, or that's just how it's supposed to be. And it's not supposed to be that way. We're not supposed to live this life and feel like, oh, I can do whatever I want to do and people just have to deal with it. Because at the end of the day, you can feel like you're the strongest bully in the world, you feel like you're the toughest person, but there's always somebody that's just a little bit more tough than you. And one thing what I realize is it's better to keep a lion calm than for that lion to get enraged, because then you don't know when and how that lion is going to stop attacking you. There's a lot of spirits, there's a lot of demons that's among us and certain people because, well, for whatever reasons, whatever they believe in, or they just hate themselves. And so when you hate yourself internally, externally, everything you put out is going to be negative. Everything you do is going to seem to not work, you know. And being a child, when you're passed down certain things, whether it's hate, whether it's neglect, whether it's, uncertainty of people around you that care, it's gonna stay with you. So when you get in certain relationships, you're gonna have that wall put up. And that wall is gonna be put up because you feel, okay, well, for myself, if this is how life is, then what's the point of me continuing to try? Because I might as well just settle and just be with somebody that just goes along with whatever I say, and then that's just it. When it shouldn't be that way. You should want to have some type of balance. You should want to have, the pride in yourself to know, okay, I'm not just going to settle for anything. I want to see the best in life, so I have to be the best myself first. Everybody has different expectations, but you should expect the most out of yourself. Because if you're expecting for other people to put as much energy into things the way you do, then you're never going to see nothing come out of it. And so just to kind of go from the child stage into, more of the teen and then to the young adults, as we start to get in middle school, high school, we start to go through, puberty, so we start to feel different ways, emotionally and physically. And so now we're trying to really find ourselves. And when we have parents in our life that understand how that specific age was for them, then they can be able to give you little tidbits to help you out. So that way you understand, okay, well, mom felt like this, dad felt like this. And, this is something that they use. But in this time and age, things are different. So I have to try to tailor it towards what I have going on. And, it can make a difference because you're going to have other influence. You're going to have peer pressure. You're going to have people that say, okay, well, you look like me or you around me. So how come you're not doing the same things we do? And when you want to have a better life, you can't do things to take away what you're able to have, long term. You can't, it's a lot of people sometimes say, hey, let's live for the moment, and that's just what it is. And you can be in that mindset, but why not try to make multiple moments? What I'm saying? Have something with longevity, because living for the moment, it's not gonna take you far. Because when you live for the moment and you feel like, hey, you got nothing else to lose, then you end up being the biggest loser yourself. And for myself, I'd rather be the bigger person than take the biggest loss. So if I see there's things going on that's going to take me away from my purpose, it's better for me to just leave that alone. And now that's why for me, my parents have made such an impact, because, everybody that I'm friends with or, associate myself with, we may have been brought up a different way, but we all see certain things in each other that we can use to build each other up. And that's what it's about. You want to have people in your circle that's going to build you up. And also y'all have the right energy to make sure that you don't have things come in to take you away from where being on track, because that can happen a lot of times. And also with parents, I understand that you have the negative side of parents, because I don't want to just make it seem like all parents, have just been heaven sent, they don't have no hell in them, because that would be a lie. We have parents who they have kids and they're spiteful against their kids because that kid might resemble their father, that kid, or if it's the other way, that kid might resemble the mother. And so now to get back at the other parent, you do certain things that's going to bring disdain to that other parent. And you're not hurting the other parent, you're hurting your seed. Regardless of if it was a one night stand, if it was multiple night stands, or you just thought you could just stand with that person and until you found something better, but you had a kid with that person. So everything that you put in to be with that person, and y'all eventually had that kid, now you have to be adults and accept responsibility, which is a word that a lot of people say, but are you doing the actions behind it? Because words are just words, but putting the action behind it is what will actually bring you to have a better way of understanding, and also show people that you're behind what you're actually talking about as well. And so when it comes to that, children are very impressionable. So when you're going back and forth with the parent and you're showing that kid that when they get in a relationship, there's like, oh, well, my mom handled it like this, that's the way I'm handling it. My dad handled it like this, that's the way I'm handling it. So now you building up all this animosity, and it makes it hard for you to not really love somebody else, but also love yourself, because you feel like I have to always be on guard. Even if I'm happy, I can't really trust it because I'm used to seeing that doesn't work out, and that's why I understand that parents make a huge difference. And even if you don't have specifically your parents, or you have guardians in your life as you come up that have helped you out, that's great too, because it doesn't have to be specific to just parents or people influential that have taken the time to be there for you, from a young child to as you got older, that those people have helped shape and mold you, because you're going to create your own way. You're going to figure out what makes you you. But at the end of the day, when you have people like that that's willing to take the time and be there for you, that makes a huge difference. And I just want to say also too, just to throw this in there, we lost Chadwick Boseman, a very influential actor and a philanthropist. And I just want to say that you never know what's going to happen in life. We can be as healthy as we want to be, we can have everything planned out, but when you don't see that next day, there's going to be people that's left behind that's going to have to continue to carry the load and do things that's going to make you happy and make you proud. And as you're on this earth still now, do things that make yourself happy and make you proud, because those are the things that make you feel fulfilled. We always sometimes watch everybody else do something and say, oh, well, I know I can do that, or I could probably do that even better. But if you don't let your dreams or passions make it past the front door, how do you know where you're going to get to? Because as you walk to the front door, your dreams or ideas, you start getting doubt, and that doubt starts to grow. And now you don't really understand, okay, well, what am I doing anyways? So if you want to see something actually happen, you actually have to be willing to understand that people are not going to like it. You have going to have people that are going to like it. You're going to gain people, you're going to lose people. That's just life. I don't want to gain the whole world and then have people telling me something that they truly don't believe because they don't want to hurt my feelings. I'd rather for people to be honest about what I'm doing, about how they feel about me, rather than be around me. Because it's always the snakes that's close to you that you don't see, that when they bite you, it's going to hurt the worst. And then to tie it back into with the parents, and as far as you getting older, when you finally get older and you finally have your own kids, you realize, what, for better or for worse, if my parents wasn't good, or if you had parents that was good, either way, it can help bring you to understanding that with my kid, I'm gonna make sure that I don't do things this way, and I do things this way that actually work, that I feel like help me out. And that's the purpose of me talking about this topic today. I didn't want to be on here long, but I definitely want to make sure I touched on a lot of different things, because, I have a lot of people that I know that maybe don't have the best relationship with their parents, or really feel like parents don't mean anything. But at the end of the day, for myself, I know what they meant for me. I know the trajectory I possibly could have went if I didn't have the parents, or if I didn't have influential people, because just besides my own parents, I had other influential people in my life that also, made it to where I have a better understanding of what I should be looking forward to in life, but also happiness, also being given more love. Because the more people you have in your life that's willing to love you and be there for you and care about you, it just builds you up, you know. And so that's something I wanted to talk about much. I just also want to pay my respect to Chadwick Boseman, his family, and anybody that we lost this year, or anybody that you lost in the previous years that's still hard for you to get over, because I've lost some people in my life that it really changed my life. And I understand how that is, trying to get over that. But together, just as a village, if we're willing to come together and understand that in some type of way we all need each other, that makes a big difference. We can't, just tap dance around questions or not have open conversations about things because we feel like we're going to alienate ourselves. We have to be direct. If you feel a certain way about something, be direct about it, because the people that's against you, they're not going to waste no time. They're going to say exactly how they feel, or they're going to put the actions behind it. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today. And I definitely hope everybody stay blessed. You stay safe out there. For me, coming out of my shell and being able to express myself in different ways, more than just writing or putting certain quotes up, being able to be visual has really done a lot as far as for my confidence. Because I understand, if you want to connect with people, they have to be able to connect with you. Because saying just random things or just talking about stuff that really doesn't resonate with you, they're going to understand that you don't feel that. You're just saying something because you want the eyes and the views. But at the end of the day, if you're not touching the soul, what are you really doing? But like I said, to all out there, I hope y'all stay blessed, y'all stay safe, and just understand that living in this life, and if you're able to live long enough, we're able to either expose the truth or become the ones that eventually get exposed by it. So, you just pick the side you want to be on. All right. Thank you. Peace.